Hello everyone, good afternoon. Today I'm going to be talking about hiking with kids. I received an email this morning from a small company and their email was about hiking with kids. Now this is just an email that they send out to everyone on their email list, and the purpose of that is to give them helps and pointers on hiking and different aspects thereof, such as gear and things. It's a gear company, so they want to give you a little help and tips and stuff so that you can know what gear to buy and stuff like this. So anyways, I don't always read their emails, but this morning, you know what the heck, I opened it up and I read it, and I was quite disappointed in the helps, the points that they were given, and I'd like to kind of go over that with you here. I have hiked a lot with a child. I have children of my own that I've taken hiking. I have the grown-ups that I've taken hiking before, and I have my little granddaughter that I take hiking all the time. So I know what it is to take someone hiking with you, okay? These people really don't. So I'm going to go over some of the things that they said in the email, and I'm going to respond to that, okay? So I guess I'm just going to read it. I'm not sure where I was going to start. Okay, it says, I hope you're having a fantastic week. Today, I got a special shout out to all the parents and a helpful guide for making the most out of hiking with your kids. Okay. Moms and dads. Oh, I got a new phone case the other day. So cool. Let me show you. That's on my new phone. That's so cool. Okay. Moms and dads, let's admit it. It's definitely more work when the kids are around. Okay. But we definitely miss them as soon as they storm out of the house and jump on the school bus. No matter how big they say they are, deep down, they're still our kids. Okay, let me move along. Here's a splendid idea. Why not take them on a family backpacking trip? Fun, right? Not only would you spend a special moment with them, it would also teach them to love and appreciate nature at an early age. Aside from that, kids need to enjoy some time outdoors. A fun, healthy, out-of-the-house adventure. Camping is an awesome way to encourage them to value all the beauty and fun that nature has to offer. Okay, slow down. Let me ask you this. If you're going hiking and you're going outside, where are you leaving your kids? Where are you leaving? Why are you not taking them with you? Where are you leaving them? Like, where is the child while you're hiking? That's what I need to know. If you're just now thinking, oh, maybe I can take my kid hiking. Where's the kid been all this time? Where is the kid? I don't understand where the kid is. Okay? I don't understand that. Are you leaving them with a friend or relative? Where is the kid while you're hiking? I don't understand. Okay. Before you go, here are some things to keep in mind. Familiarize young legs to long distance walking with a prolonged walk and a natural setting close to home. Develop a half-day hike on a trail. To get them eager, tell them that these are the awesome days when they get to use their hiking-only shoes and sandals. Let them bring their own bag just to keep it light though. On the following hikes, add a little more weight to their pack. Okay, as you know, you've seen the progression that me and my granddaughter have been taking as we've been hiking together. Okay, when she was small, I would put her in her hiking seat and put her on my back. She was on my back. She was 6 months old and she was hiking because she was on my back. Y'all saw that in the videos. So this is when you introduce the child to the outdoors. This is when you introduce them to nature and get them to see what's outside and see if they like it and see how they feel about it and get them acclimated into the outdoors. This is the age. This is the age that you take them outside. You take them hiking. When they're 6 months old, you put them in the pack, you strap them in, and you go. I don't understand the complications. Okay, so when they're 6 months old, they can hold themselves up, they can hold their heads up, they can open their eyes long enough to see what's going on. Okay, you take them out, then they're a year, they can start, walking around a little bit at the campsite, and stuff, and, walking around and stuff, and then they get bigger, and when they're about 2, you can start leaving that at home, and start them off, a quarter of a mile, a half a mile, and just build them up and build them up and build them up until they can walk longer. And as they grow bigger, they can walk a little bit longer and a little bit longer. If you start them off like this, doing longer hikes at around 2 years old, a little bit at a time, they'll be able to walk a little bit farther each time. With this, me and my granddaughter went on a hike last week. Well, you'll see it in the videos there. We did 12 miles, and she walked at least 10 miles of that. Okay, she's 3. She's 3, okay? She doesn't have to be 5. She's 3, and she walked at least 10 miles of that on her own 2 feet. But that's not because you take her out there and say, let's walk 10 miles. You can't do that. You have to go little by little by little by little, just like I did with myself, just like you would do with anybody else that's your friend, that is your relative, that you want to get into hiking. You would take them out there, and you're not going to start off with a 5-mile loop. You're not. You're going to start off with, okay, let's do a half a mile, okay? If you can do that, then we'll do more. If you can do that, then we'll do more. Until you build up to that 5 miles. You can already do it. I can already do a 5-mile loop, but my friends can't, okay? They can't. So you do a little at a time until they can. And then you're both doing 5 miles together. And then you're both doing 8 miles together. And then you're doing 10 miles together. But you have to go slow. You can't just jump right into it. A child is not a animal, is not a dog. It's just, they're the same as a person. With this, a grown adult going hiking with me is going to carry their own bag with their water in it and food or whatever they need for the day. I'm not carrying an adult's bag. That's not happening. But with my granddaughter, I carry whatever it is that she's going to need because she is 3, okay? I carry enough water for both of us. I carry enough food for both of us. And whatever she needs, I carry it because she is 3. And when she carries her own bag, she tends to drink the water out of the bladder continuously. And that is going to cause her to have to go pee. And there's not always a place to pee. There's not a restroom. And these parks, they don't really understand that you're peeing in the woods and that it doesn't work out too good. Okay, well, let me move along with this. Okay? Kids love this. Pretend having a camp at home. Pitch a tent in the backyard or even inside the house. Let kids hang out in and sleep in overnight so they can become acquainted with the new sleeping settings. That's not a bad idea, but you can also take them to the park and set up the tent there and get inside of the tent there. Just because it's not nighttime doesn't mean you can't do it. Okay? Observe how they react. Take note of how kids react to new outdoor conditions. Attune your pace and goals to the whole experience so the whole experience remains fun and not overly demanding. Write yourself reminders to remove mistakes on future trips. Okay, why would you not take your child's ability into consideration when you're going out there? Okay, let me move along. Include the kids' thoughts and inputs in the planning phase. Ask kids for ideas of possible stuff to do or see at your destination. Take their input seriously and put them into consideration, and it will make them feel like they're an important part of the team and not just tag-alongs. Yeah, I always ask her, what does she want to do at the park? Do you want to go hang? Do you want to go walk? Do you want to go to the playground? You know, and I let her pick. Now, sometimes I say, baby, we're going to go to the park to walk, because we haven't gone to the park to walk for a while. She's like, okay, let's go walk. But she knows the difference. She knows the different things that we're going to do at the park. And sometimes she does say, okay, yeah, I want to go walk. You know, she's not against that at all. Okay? Include other families. It can be more exciting for kids to hike with other families that have kids too. Yes, your children may be bored with you after a while. We never get bored. We have so much fun. Whereas that sounds like a good idea, if you're adding in another family just because they have a child, their hiking skills may not be the same as yours. just saying, you know. Their child may not be able to hike or like to hike as well as yours. So, just putting that out there. Okay, take note of campfire restrictions at your destination before you leave. If campfires are not allowed, let your kids know in advance so they know what to expect. Instead, you may show them how to make s'mores with your tiny stove. That's not a bad idea, but why does your child not already know how to make s'mores? What are you doing with your child? How old is your child? I don't understand. Okay, moving along. Choose a campsite destination not more than 2 miles from starting point. Don't wander off too far. If for some reason you need to go back, you won't have to go with the youngster. The child can't walk more than 2 miles, and you're thinking about an overnight camp. Why? Okay, 2 miles in and 2 miles back, that's 4 miles. I understand that. But if your child is 5 years old or however old they are, why can they not walk 4 miles? What is it that is such an emergency that you have to get out of there and you can't walk 4 miles? There are many places that you can go so that you can get your child capable of walking 3 miles. If you can walk 3 miles, you can walk 4 miles just the same. There are a lot of parks that have 3-mile loops. You might want to try those before you take your child out to camp in the middle of somewhere and they don't know if they can walk 4 miles or not. Really. They can't walk 4 miles, but you're taking them out camping. Okay, that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. Okay, adjust your expectations. Remember, you're there with them to have fun, not to give them a hard time. Some families try to Try 2 difficult, rough terrain backpacking trips. These can be dull and arduous for kids. If the trip is unlikable, you are potentially giving your children an undesirable impression of the outdoors. This can definitely take a while to reverse. Okay, back to what I said before. Take the child outside when they're like 6 months old. Take the child hiking. They don't have to walk. Take the child out in your pack. The first time a child goes outside is not when they're 5 years old. Come on. Take the child outside. They're already going to have a good experience with it. By the time they're this age, they're not going to have a problem anymore. Okay, safety first. Make sure the little ones always carry a whistle. Teach them to blow it if they become separated from you, and have easy access to a flashlight. For the younger ones, fasten lanyard to a cord to both the whistle and light and secure them to one of the child's belt loops. Really? Okay, my granddaughter is not getting out of my sight. She does not need a whistle. We do not need to blow a whistle in the woods. We don't need a whistle. You don't need a whistle. You need to hold the child's hand. Why can she has a hand, you have a hand, hold the child's hand. Why can't you hold the child's hand? Okay. And yes, a flashlight. Okay, my rule of thumb, my rule is everyone out there needs to have their own personal flashlight. The only time the child does not need their own personal flashlight is when they are on your back in that hiking seat. That is the only time they do not need a flashlight. If they are on foot, they need a flashlight. And they need a strong flashlight just like the one you have with 1200 lumens or whatever it is, so that when they shine the light, there's going to be light and they can see what they're doing. Now, they may not shine it exactly to where you were hoping they were going to shine it, but they need a flashlight. Every single person that's out there needs a flashlight and a knife. Okay? Every person. And that's my rule. So what are you going to do, if you don't have your flashlight, you're going to use your phone? It might take you 30 minutes to figure out how to get the flashlight on your phone. You may not be able to get the flashlight on your phone. Don't put that as what you're going to do. Each person has to have a flashlight. A good, strong flashlight they're going to use. Even if they're just 2, even if they're just 3, they have to have a nice, strong flashlight. And you're not going to attach it to their belt loop. You're going to give it to them when it's dark, and they will use it. You're going to give it to them. Okay? Give them a piece of history. Some trails have historical significance or interesting stories. This info is often available in trail guides and at ranger stations or mobile apps, and can add element of interest and substance to your trip. Plus, they have something to share with their friends when they go back to school. Okay, that's good. A lot of trails don't offer historical information when you're looking them up, but if you can find it, good, fine. Teach them to be responsible. Familiarize your kids with the leave no trace principles and help them develop into responsible citizens who care about nature and the outdoors. That's a given. Please teach the kids. Don't leave anything behind. If you brought it, you take it. That's it. We don't leave anything behind. Don't drop crackers on the ground. You can't eat them. Don't leave anything. We can't leave anything behind. And my sweet little granddaughter, she knows. If she sees we've dropped a piece of trash or a little piece of paper or something, she'll pick it up and give it to me and say, look, we dropped this, put it in your bag. We have to take it. You just can't leave anything behind. And that's important to teach them. And they will help you out a lot. They will keep an eye open. Okay, instill in them respect for wildlife. Ask park rangers about wildlife activity in your destination. As the parent, you need to grasp any precautions necessary to safely coexist with wildlife on the trail. Teach your kids about treating wildlife with respect and caution. Well, that's true, but you can't always find someone to ask, hey, what kind of animals do you have here? Yeah, you can't. Okay, it says, I hope these tips help you hike more often and happily with your kids. Okay, and that's it. So, as you see, I was a little not thrilled with this email. Well, I'm glad I got it and everything, but please, take the kids out often, take the kids out young, and get them used to the outdoors, and they're gonna love it. My little granddaughter just loves it. She just loves hiking and being outside and swinging in the hammock, and all the things that we do outside. And she can walk a good 10 miles in one day, and that's pretty good for a 3-year-old. But just keep in mind, with anyone, you want to start slow. And when I lost my job, I was really in bad physical condition. I couldn't walk a whole mile without having an asthma attack, and at that time my little granddaughter was 6 months old. And we've just been hiking and getting better together and doing things together and becoming better hikers together. And I started slow and she started slow, so we kind of did our thing together. We grew together. And that's really good. But please, if you take your kids out, you take family or friends out, please remember to start them off slow, and gauge how much they can hike at one time, and don't go too fast, and be courteous to their needs and their desires, and don't force them to do more than they can do. They can be dehydrated, and that's the thing also. With children, they are open and honest, and they convey their needs more effectively than we as adults might do. Whereas as adults, we might go 4 or 5 miles without drinking any water, and then become very dehydrated and sick feeling at the end. Whereas a child's going to tell you, after a mile, a half a mile, hey, I'm thirsty. I need water. Okay, and then you give them water. I always have enough water for anyone and everyone who's going hiking with me, because that's the thing that you need is water, and you have to keep drinking it, and anytime she says, I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, then we need to sit down and we need to eat and we need to drink, because if she's thirsty, well, I'm probably thirsty too, but I just don't notice it, and that's one of the problems that I've had to work with, and making sure that I'm drinking some water. Even if you're not thirsty, you should still be drinking some water, even if it's just a little sip to make sure your mouth is moist. You'll need to keep doing that. And I know the weather is different, like every day. Sometimes you feel like drinking a lot, and sometimes you don't feel like drinking anything. But after you do about 3 miles, you need to drink something, regardless if you're thirsty or not, because you will start feeling very bad and very sick, and you'll need to rest and drink a lot of water. Like I said, I don't let her carry her bag right now because she will drink too much water and then she'll have to pee. But if I just carry the water and let her drink as much as she wants, then she's fine. And you know what, there's not any problem. I don't recommend you letting the child carry their own bag until they're a little bit older. Now, I know each child is different. That's what else also I want to mention. Each child is different. So they may be able to do it where she can't. But yeah, I don't let her carry her bag at this time. I just let her have, you know, as much amount of water as she wants. The 5 might be a better age to start them carrying their own bags. Just because they're so little, you can carry whatever they need. You can carry whatever they need anyway. So there's just no point. There's no point to that. Also, with that, I wanted to say that, you know, each child is different. I do realize that some children have health concerns to where they can't be outside. I know my youngest son had health issues, and he could not be outside for long periods of time until he was over the age of 2. His skin was really fair, and he would get really sick if he was outside in the sun. His skin would turn really red, and his eyes would turn red and things, and he would get like really, really hot. So we'd have to, you know, get him back inside as quickly as possible. But, you know, now he's fine, and he goes hiking with me sometimes, and, you know, everything's fine, you know, and that just goes with, you know, each child is different. So, yeah, my granddaughter is very outdoorsy, and she really likes to be outdoors, and I did really get lucky with her being able to go out and enjoy this with me as much as she has been. And she is a little joy, and we look forward to doing some more hikes and showing you some more things. And please, if you have any questions or comments, or you think there's something that I left out of this video, just let me know in the comments below, and I will happily address that for you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.